low, making it relatively easy to find jobs. How about here in the mid-states? Seth Kaplan crunched those numbers.
This is a baking company.
The Gettysburg Baking Company.
Hi, how are you? We make breads, we make sourdough and French bread, we make French pastries, soups, sandwiches.
Shelley O'Rourke could use more help.
We actually have a hard time finding staff, people that want to work.
It hasn't always been that way.
We used to have a lot of young kids, you know, the college is here, so we would see a lot of kids coming in asking for employment, and we're not seeing a lot of that right now.
No surprise in a place where the unemployment rate is just 2.2%. Gettysburg's rate is the lowest in all of Pennsylvania. Even after rising a tenth of a point in December, still a half point lower than it was a year ago when it was already low. Still lower than everywhere else in the mid-state, even though unemployment is lower everywhere in the mid-state than almost anywhere else in Pennsylvania. The York-Hanover's 2.5% rate is somehow highest in the region, but still less than the statewide average, which is pulled up by places like Erie, Johnstown, and northeastern PA. The bakery pulled along by people like Rachel Frazier.
Here, I am just an employee.
She says just because she's a manager at her other job running events like weddings. No mystery, she says, why it's an employees, not employers market right now.
That's been something that's hard in a small town for people to be able to pay what is needed to retain employees. When you can go to a Royal Farms and make $18 an hour.
Places that used to pay closer to minimum wage.
That's changed, and it had to change. It had to change to keep people coming back for their jobs. Keep up with inflation.
After all, just because you have a job doesn't necessarily mean you're getting ahead. The U.S. Federal Reserve is trying to get interest rates just right to bring inflation down without sending unemployment up. In Gettysburg, Seth Kaplan, ABC 27.